In this complicated video, I want to cover not only the internal fighting and corruption that goes on inside the Tory government, but I will make a comparison. You see, we don't know who our genuine friends are until, as the polite way of putting it, until shit hit the fan. Suddenly you begin to find out this person didn't really believe in me. This person didn't have my back. Okay? So we really don't know who our friends are until critical crisis hits us. Okay? Unlike Jesus, Jesus knew he would be betrayed by Judas. He knew in advance. Okay? Unlike the Tory party. You see, the Tories, I don't vote for Labour and I don't vote for Tories. I can see the game that they play with the dumb masses. So I don't vote at all. Whether Republican or whether Democrats, I don't vote. Okay? Because I can see how it's all about protecting the rich and leaving the poor people to fight amongst themselves. Okay, that's another era. I'll make a video regarding that. But you see, the Tory party, they were pretending that they were friends, they were allies, together in the trenches, fighting amongst shoulder to shoulder. The Tory party, they were pretending that it was one big happy party. Until, of course, they're now coming out with dirty stories, dirty rumors. While these people are working amongst each other, call themselves friends. Say, we want to work for the benefit of Britain. Really? Now, I've only just woke up, so my voice is a bit sore. Now, they're accusing each other of tax avoidance. They're even accusing one other, front bench cabinet, of being an illegal immigrant. They really shouldn't be here. Right? All kind of horrible things that you would think one even accused another of sexual offences. In other words, it was okay for you not to know this truth while they were in the government, right? Pretending that they were looking after the country. They knew that they were working with horrible human beings who didn't pay their taxes, who probably were illegal immigrants. Oh yes, these nasty stories are now coming out as they slag each other, running to become the next prime minister. Then the truth comes out. You don't know who your friends are until, excuse my language, shit hit the fan, and soon you begin to realize what people really think about you. They said that Rishi Sunak, they said that the way he ran the economy, it was horrible. He failed the British economy. Really? Why? In that case, if they were accomplices to his failure, if they knew that Rishi Sunak was failing the economy, why did they keep their mouth shut? Why did they pretend that they're all together, fighting the opposition? But suddenly, they want to fight for becoming prime minister. The truth comes out, what they really think about each other. But it's not what they really think about each other, it's what they think about you and I. That they can deceive us in this way, only tell us the truth. Only, like pastors, they don't want to tell you the truth, the pastors, of what's in the Bible. Because they want your money. They want your vote. So they'll spin a lie to you and spin a lie to you as long as you don't wake up. Well, I'm going to wake you up. COVID is increasing. Now, I know members of my family who works for the NHS and say their beds are now used up. But guess what? Before, one case, only last year, one case of COVID, that increased, and your freedom was taken away from you. Your freedom. One case of COVID and your freedom was taken away. It's interesting. Their minds now, the Tory parties, their minds are focusing not on protecting your health, but protecting their jobs. They're now focusing on themselves. Let the COVID case rise. Let it rise. Let the people skip a meal. Who cares? I want to become Prime Minister, but wait for the shock. Wait for the shock. Rishi Sunak, who already did the budget, he's now saying, blackmailing you, because he thinks he's got no brain. He says, if you let me become your Prime Minister, I'll cut taxes. Liz Truss said the same thing. Another one is black woman who's trying to become Prime Minister. She also said the same thing. In other words, while you're skipping a meal, while your kids are starving, while you're choosing whether to pay a bill or to eat, they play Monopoly with your life. They're playing games with you. Vote me, then I will ease your pain. Vote for me, and then I will show you my grace. Can you imagine if God treated you in that way? Could you imagine if God treated you that way? Or, you know something, you die, and then I will show you my grace. He wouldn't treat you that way. You know, he sent his son to die. You know, but no, you know, the Tory party, they don't give you this God's love. They don't give you that. What they say is, look, you vote for us first, and they will cut taxes. Why didn't they cut taxes? When petrol price was going up, food prices increasing, but they says, no, this is how they value you. Look, whether you're white or whether you're black, when it comes down to it, you all stay back. Oh, what lovely poetry. I love that. Whether you're white or whether you're black, when it comes down to it, you all stay back. It's about looking after rich corporate companies. Look, you know, in the Bible, it shows you that. When in the temples, all the rich people came at the front. All the rich people at the front. And the poor people, they told me to sit at the back. Things don't change. The world runs for rich people. Right, and things are interpreted for the comfort of the rich, not for you. You're only a default. It's your votes that keep them in power. What's that? What's Royal Mail? I got a delivery. Right? It's your vote that keep them in power. Right? And they give you the illusion. They give you the illusion, and you fall for it time and time and time again. They're blackmailing you. If you vote for me, I will cut taxes. In other words, the high taxes that we're paying for right now, we don't need to. But they know they can get away with it. That's the important thing. They know they can abuse you. Whether you're white, whether you're black, they know they can abuse you and get away with it. And that's the reason why they do it. It's a cheek of it. Vote for me, and then I'll cut taxes. But you know something? I've been looking at economy, studying, you know, book on economy, because you got to grow your mind sometimes. And you know something? If they cut taxes, if they cut taxes, if they stand by their word, because they're liars. If they cut taxes, you guarantee 3 years from now, they'll be borrowing from somewhere else to cut taxes, and then they'll increase taxes again. It's the same vicious cycle, and people are falling for it. They're falling for it. It's a con. COVID cases is increasing, yet they're too busy focusing on themselves. They're thinking, I can escape the wrath of God to come. By changing Boris Johnson, they think that they can avoid the curse of Britain. No, they won't. They thought that COVID cases would be controlled. Now they say that monkeypox could be just as dangerous. The 7 plagues from hell will come unto Britain. The 7 plagues of hell. And I don't want to, to be too controversial, but the sexual immorality that's rampant in Britain. No morality, no family values, any freak show goes. And in front of children. You know what I'm talking about. Sexual freak shows in front of kids. In front of kids. And nobody has anything to say. You got grown-ass people gyrating and dancing in front of children. And they celebrate it, but you can't even discuss your Christian faith. You get persecuted for it. You wonder why Britain is cursed? You wonder why? I had a dream in 2015 and I stand by it. I don't care what Prime Minister you change. There's a curse upon your land. You can fool the people as many times as you can. You can't fool me. I know the games that you're playing. Now they say COVID cases is increasing, and it is, because I know people who work for the NHS and the hospital beds are used up. But they don't care. They don't care about your life. Only last year, you couldn't visit a friend or a family. You couldn't do nothing. One COVID case. But it's interesting how they've now got a conflict of interest. Their mindset, their desires are somewhere else. It ain't saving your life. It's saving their jobs. And this is how they play with you and play with you and play with you. And they won't stop until there's a working class or poor people's revolt. That's the only time that they'll stop playing games with you. But they will do so. And I want to continue making powerful videos in this area. I had to change my lighting because my other one got damaged. I was putting my keyboard and it snapped. So, but this light seemed to work. Right. But yeah, you got to let them not manipulate you. It's the same with the church pastors. It's the same way. They just want your money and they'll manipulate you and lie to you. It's the same way. I mean, I've written a book. I won't mention the title of it, but I've written a book exposing the same techniques that these fake preachers use to get money out of you. I won't mention that book at all because this is neither here or there. But this is what they do. They manipulate you. They lie to you just to get money out of you. But the same rich mega church pastor, they sit with the government. They're the ones sitting next to Donald Trump when Donald Trump was in power, telling him to go to war, which is another video I'm going to make, how the church now are promoting wars all over the world. Comes of Christians. That's another video I'm going to make. The world is dirty. Nothing makes sense. You got to think for yourself. Don't let them think for you. Think for yourself. Read the Bible for yourself. Study politics for yourself. Don't let people get into your brain. Because we live in a critical time where people are selfish. It's all about themselves. COVID cases are increasing, but the government don't care. All they care about is themselves. Once they get to power, they'll cut your freedom. Because you allow them to do it.